Hey guys, it is a rainy day. If you can't hear the rain, it's raining in the background. Migraine is gone, so we're doing good there. We're a bit sweaty though. You can, my hairdo is a little funny because I was sweating so bad the sweat was just dripping off my face, and the only thing I did was meal prep. That's it. That's all. But I get super sweaty right before the thunderstorms because of the humidity that build up. That's probably the only good thing about wintertime. While I am chilling, I've got some watermelon salad I'm going to eat. I thought, let's go ahead, let's get 13 Reasons done. Let's finish it. I checked. I just have 2 episodes to do. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to finish 13 Reasons Why and go from there. We are on season 4, episode 9, I think. Forgot to check that before I started recording. The only thing I remember is that they've basically confirmed that Clay is the one that's been doing all of the paint spraying and that kind of stuff. I can't think of the word for it. But he's been doing all of that stuff, and due to the stress that he's under, holding in all the secrets and all that kind of stuff. I can't remember how much he's told his therapist, Gary Sinise. I don't know what his therapist's name is. I can't remember what he's told him. I do know he started to talk to him about stuff. I honestly can't remember what's going on with the rest of the gang. I know Jesse's got herself in a situation because she cares about Diego and Justin. Winston. I think his name is Winston. Not as bad as we thought he was, I think. Can't remember. Alex, I can't remember what's going on with him. He's not with Winston anymore. I don't think he wants to be with Winston. I think he met somebody else. I can't remember who. Winston has got what's his name's sister involved in things now, trying to prove who really killed what's his name. I'm doing terrible, y'all. Really bad. Purdy's down here sleeping. Her eye's bothering her. She's doing this right now. I think it's just bothering her. I don't see any damage. That's where things are at. We're just going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'll remember things as it starts going along, and I'll go, oh yeah. And we'll see what I have to say afterwards. All right, let's do it. Get the cat hair out of the eyes. We didn't get a little preview this time.
Well, my folks are going to sit down.
That's right.
Yeah, of course. Do you need anything? You should go to school.
I forgot he had relapsed.
So what? So they interview us all one by one? You just lie. I mean, we all know how to do that. I got pretty good at it.
Might not be the answer, speaking from experience.
You're not fans of Gordon Lightfoot, then? I didn't even know who he was before this. We didn't know you'd start singing his songs.
Alex, by not being straight, by being yourself.
I like the dad's reaction. As far as Charlie, I don't remember him being involved in the big stuff, though. I know he's one of the football players. I don't know how much of the truth he actually knows about the deaths. So I'm a little confused. I guess Charlie got involved because he got closer to Alex and kind of went from there. But I don't remember, or maybe I just tuned it out, about how much he really knows. So I don't know. But on the other side of it, very glad about how the dad is reacting.
Yes, 2 Super Bowl rings.
Hey
got them almost by accident.
And he never gives up.
A good quality when you throw more interceptions than completions.
Okay, how are you doing this to Eli Manning? You said you loved me.
I do, and in the 8th grade, you had Eli Manning wallpaper on your phone. He's a very good quarterback.
He was shirtless. He's very handsome.
He absolutely is. And all I want is you. I wear a pair of socks you left here.
If you need anything, Dad's in the house.
I'm worried because things are going too smoothly.
All right, Liberty, it's time to join your kings and make this a night to remember!
I don't remember the prom theme queen dancing for a whole song just themselves.
Yeah, that was unexpected to us, too. There you are. Guys, this is my husband, Josh. It's Charlie St. George, Alex Standel. Well, congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, hi. All right, enjoy the evening, you two. Be good.
I'm all for representation and supporting the LGBT community and all that, but does this seem like a disproportionately high number of LGBT couples? And honestly, I don't know if that's a fair question or not, because I know in high school, and this might be what's throwing me off, in high school, a lot of my, trying to think of how many friends I do have that were gay in high school, three or four. Trying to think I know that's not the whole school. That's just my friends that I know, or acquaintances. And so maybe this is a correct, proportionate amount with the population and everything. Charlie's bisexual, and how many folks in high school are bisexual and don't come out till later on in life. And nobody knows that they're bisexual until they meet up with that same sex partner. So I honestly don't know if that's a fair question to ask. The biggest thing that sticks with me when it comes to an LGBT person in high school is that our basketball coach and actually our softball coach, both of them were lesbian. They weren't together in a relationship. But what I remember most, in fact, I don't think the softball coach came out until after I had graduated. And I can't remember if she was still at the school or not. But my basketball coach, during the year that I played basketball, I think I only played one season of basketball. But my basketball coach ended up being forced to resign because somebody outed her. And I think it was somebody from the football team outed her. And it became a big controversy and all this kind of stuff. Yet, us girls on the team, none of us had a problem with her. And I got to thinking back on it, and she was never in the locker room when we were changing. And I don't know if she did that cognizantly, is that a word, or not. She ended up being forced retired. Us girls on the team were pissed that happened to her because she was a good coach. And the coach that took over was the boys. What did he coach? Can't remember if he coached boys basketball. They used a coach on one of the boys' teams, and so he filled in the rest of the season for her. There's a difference between, and I don't mean this in a sexist way, but there's a difference between how his style of coaching, I don't know, because there are some good boys coaches as well. So I don't want to put boys coaches into a box, and that's how they all are. He seemed to coach us just like he coached the boys, and you just didn't do that with us. I guess is the best way for me to say it. We were not happy with him. I'll put it that way. He put me in one game. I sat at the bench most of the time, except when we played this one school that they were the worst school in the district that we played. They were the worst team. I got to play almost all of that game, but that was with the female coach also. But twice he put me in. With one time there was less than a minute left on the clock, I think. Definitely less than 2 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it was less than a minute left on the clock. And then there was another game where my memory wants to say 2 seconds, but I'll be nice and I'll say 10 seconds. There was 10 seconds left on the clock, and he called a timeout and put me in. And I was so pissed because the only reason why he did that was to put me on the books as showing that I played, and not because he thought I could play. And so I was pissed about that. I know that our team captain was pissed at him one time because we were playing man the entire game, and she got the ball back, and on the way down, she called for zone. Am I getting this right? Offense can play zone, right? We were offense, whatever it was. We switched to zone, and she got the basket, but he got so mad at her for switching it up that he called a timeout, and we didn't get the points off the basket that was made. I don't know if it was her that made the basket, but somebody made a basket. We didn't get the points because he called the timeout before the ball went into the basket. And so we were pissed about that. It was just, I just remember being pissed. Will you quit licking me? Being pissed. Can we reiterate that again? I was pissed about how our coach was treated, our female coach was treated. I was pissed the way the community reacted. I was pissed that we, the team, didn't get a say in anything. And it should have been up to us if we felt she was taking advantage of us or anything. You know, the whole situation I was just pissed about. So, okay. Sorry about the tangent. So back to high school, the show seems disproportionate to me. And I might be wrong in that. I'm glad they're showing these different relationships and different types of the LGBT community. But it's like, it's a lot. So tell me, is this disproportionate in your all's opinion? Do you think, did you have as many folks out in your high school as more than I did, which might be the case? And these all are all in the same grade too, mind you. This doesn't include, well, almost all of them are the same grade. This doesn't include a lot of the other classes. So let me know. What do you guys think? Do you think they're doing a great job in the representation? Do you think they're doing it appropriately and proportionately? Do you think that they're not showing enough? Just let me know. Since I'm on the rant, I'll go. Sorry, I keep feeling cat hair. And it's driving me nuts. I'll go ahead and also say that another thing I was going to say about the show is I think it's great how the father reacted. I think it's great how the mom reacted. I can't remember if she knew he was gay before or not. I think that's great, but how realistic is that? I mean, the LGBT community has a higher rate of suicides than compared to the general population. And part of that is because they're not accepted in the way that they are treated. Or the parents might say they accept it, but their actions contradict their words, or, stuff like that. So that was something I was going to comment on at the end. But before I forget, and while I'm on the tangent, that's my feedback on that part. And we're probably at the end of the show. I probably could have waited. But if I wait, then I can't remember what I was going to say. And so I've learned to just pause and say. All right, let's see what's left. Almost the end. It's going to pass out. Well, get up here. Something's going on. Let me see.
Yeah, there was.
I wonder if Diego had anything to do with it. Or if it's from the relapse, he weakened his heart or other parts of the immune system. Withdrawal can be hard on the body.
Finding crisis resources,
I think he was...
visit 13reasonswhy.info.
I'll quit talking. I think he was hooked on opiates. I think that's what they said his drug was. And opiate withdrawal itself does not kill you. So I'll be interested in seeing how they take that out, or what they say is going on with them. You do go through hell going through opiate withdrawal. And so while I can't speak to other states, in North Carolina, hospital-based detox programs don't do opiate detox because it's not life-threatening, that sort of thing. But we do have what we call crisis recovery centers or facility-based crises, that most of them have a contract with their region's MCO and do opiate detox, but only for if they meet certain criteria, conditions, that sort of stuff. Both physical criteria as well as insurance and all that. Because insurance in general does not pay for opiate detox. We'll see what they say about his passing out, and that's what I'm just going to call it for now until we find out further and kind of go from there. He was on day 2 at least, maybe day 3 of his withdrawal, and that's kind of the peak, give or take. So we'll see what they say. You heard my comments about LGBT, and I know if I'm going to be up to date on it, it's LGBTQ+. In fact, was I ever able to say the full alphabet name? LGBTQQSP 2P. There's I in there, there's an A in there. I know the I stands for intersex, A stands for asexual. One of the P's is pansexual. There's, it's 2S, two-spirit. There's pansexual. So I can't remember. There's queer and there's, what's the other Q? One of the B's is binary. Or no, binary is label. That's not a sexual orientation. There's a whole bunch of them. I can't remember them all. But the most used current term is LGBTQ+. I'm just happy to get LGBT out. So, I hope it doesn't offend anybody. In fact, I found out, because I thought somebody was misdoing the acronym. Before LGBT, it was GLBT, and they switched it something to do with gay versus lesbian and misunderstanding and that kind of thing. I forget what the full explanation was, but I was going to correct somebody that was LGBT, and then learned when I Googled, because sometimes I'll Google stuff just to make sure before I say something to someone. I learned that GLBT is accepted as well. So I didn't correct them. There's that. They partially came clean with their parents. Like I said, I don't know if Charlie actually knows the story about Bryce and the story about Monty, because he wasn't involved in either one of those, if I remember correctly, but I might be wrong. Winston thinks he's found the truth and thinks it was Jesse, although Ani has been saying, nope. I half wondered if Winston seeing Monty at the prom was his way of letting go of the issue. But we still have one more episode, so I don't know. Diego looks pissed. So I'm predicting this last one, Diego's going to do something. They're going to tell us what's going on with Justin, and Winston's going to do something. And Monty's sister, is that who, not Alex, but the other kid, Tyler. Is that who Tyler was asking out? Was that Monty's sister? I don't know now. One more episode. I'm going to make some popcorn. Then I'll watch it. But thanks for joining me on this one. And there's a lot of music in this one. So hopefully when I edit it, there won't be a lot of blocked stuff. So we'll see what happens. But thanks for joining me. And I'll see you guys for the last one. Bye.